Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm a 30-year pro makeup artist, creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of 20 videos that you can purchase for life on mature technique. I'm so excited about some new ones I'm going to be adding, but that is to come. Wait for that video. Wednesday nights, I do Saint videos. I have been with the company Saint for almost 3 years now. So every Wednesday night, you can expect a Saint related video here. Sometimes I mix Saint with other brands, but for the most part, we do Saint on Wednesday nights. Saturdays are my traditional makeup. And someone the other day was like really offended that I mentioned Saint on a Saturday and said I only mention it on Saturdays to draw people into my Saint business. I went, listen, I have 40, 50 brands of makeup in this studio right here. I can't even keep up with all of it. So if I mention Saint, so what? I also mention tons of other brands. So it's so funny to me, people get so ruffled. And plus, Saint is no longer an MLM. So if that's the real problem, we are now a traditional brand. We're affiliate marketing. That's how I've always done it. I had a team, I think of 70 gals who were just the coolest chicks ever. We're still all in a group together, just for community. But that's what it really was. It was really community. I've made 99% of my income for 3 years off of my retail sales. So I never understand why people get so bent out of shape. We're also the Look Good Close-Up Club here. We are a group of community of women who want to look good close up. I don't teach social media makeup. I want you to look and feel beautiful in person. It starts with skin, but that's videos for another topic. I'm going to start creating more playlists. I realize that I've really fallen short. So if someone new comes to my channel, they can't even find a playlist other than plastic surgery. So I'm going to start working on that. Okay, so the irony is I just said we don't do social media makeup, but there's a gal on TikTok who in the last couple weeks said, the reason your makeup isn't lasting all day, it's not holding up, is because you're not wearing enough. And she suggests you have to go pretty heavy-handed if you want your makeup to stay on all day long. And she's young, but she's also, I think what she heard was there's a makeup artist podcast that's also on TikTok. And there were some professional makeup artists, long time in their career like me, who said, if you want your makeup to hold up for 8, 9, 10 hours, and it's a special occasion, you have to go heavy. So yes, that's not going to be as pretty in person, but isn't it great that we know of a beautiful makeup that looks pretty in person? So I've decided what I'm going to do today is something a little different. First of all, we're going to do a two-parter. So because it is about 1 o'clock right now, I'm going to do my makeup for part 1. And then tomorrow night, you're going to come back and watch part 2 and see how the heavier side held up compared to the lighter side, okay? And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do Saint, I'm going to do Saint heavier on this side, and then I'm going to do kind of a lighter everyday application on this side. And at the end of the day, I will film it. I have Awana kids tonight. I watch the kids at my church. I have a meeting with my pastor at 6 p.m. So I won't even be back tonight. I have to pick Gracie up from work at 10 because we share a car. So I probably won't even film tonight till about 10:30, 11 p.m. I will show you the result. We will look close up in a magnification mirror. Does the heavier side really truly hold up? Are we not wearing enough makeup on the daily? And this is only for gals who have trouble keeping Saint on, or they just want heavier application. And you can do heavier application. I have shown it many times. Okay, so I'm going to start with our new Prep Mist. And this is I kind of concentrated it more here in the center. I'm going to do my jawline too, because I find that sometimes our jawline, if we touch our face, it can come off. Okay, so that's the prep. I'm going to wait for that to dry. I've taken the liberty to do equal eyebrows. So I'm not going heavier on one eyebrow. They're going to stay the same, but this is my Anastasia brow. If you haven't seen my video from last Saturday, go watch it. It's been a tremendous response to a really beautiful way to do your brows so they look three-dimensional and fuller. So you can go watch that. But I did my Anastasia brows today, and then I have Lashify on. I have brown lashes so that I don't have to wear much eye makeup, especially because I'm going to church. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard, okay? And then I have my Aquaphor lightly under my eyes. I'm going to do the tiniest bit of Aquaphor on my pores so that nothing settles. And then I'm going right here where I get a lot of texture, and that Aquaphor is going to really help lock it in, okay? Now, let's get started. So I'm gonna go in with my Candle Lit. That's my main color. Oh, and I do have a tiny bit of a skin tint on. I wanna show you, I am wearing my beauty screen by Naked Sundays. You know, Naked Sundays is my #1 SPF. I'm actually wearing a Korean SPF today. If you have rosacea, I'm trying this out for you. I'm taking one for the team. It's a light green SPF that calms. It's called a calming sun cream, SPF 50, poreless, so it blurs, it calms, it's heat proof. And I don't know how I feel about it. It made me look light and pasty, which is great if you have rosacea, but it took quite a while for it to absorb in. It was very pasty looking, and I had to take my blender and kind of pat it in. So anyway, I do have this on first, just as a skin tint. So I'm gonna go in like I normally do, and I'm gonna kind of go equally on both sides of my face. Okay, we're gonna do this kind of fast because I just feel like being fast today, but I think it'll be fun to do a part 2. I've never done a part 2 where you have to come back the next night to see the result. I'm going a little heavier on this side. But what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of doing both sides a little bit equally right now. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of light white peach because I like that. It's a little bit lighter. See on my jawline? I like that because I have a light neck. So I want my jawline to match my neck. If your neck is dark, you don't want a light jawline. It just, everyone's different. Sometimes some of you send me pictures for color matches and your neck is really pale like mine. Some of you have a really deep colored neck, maybe from just years of tanning, and you have a really deep colored neck. Well, then you need your face to match, okay? I'm gonna pat all this in really quick. We're gonna look at it close up, and then I'm gonna start going in with some dimension with my bronzer. And you could do the dimension with a contour. You do not have to use bronzer. I realize that a lot of women don't like bronzer year round, especially if you are a cool toned season. It just won't make sense. It just won't, it'll clash. It won't make sense. If you have silver in your hair, I find you have to go with a cool bronzer, and we don't have one. So I recommend Ash. Ash is a beautiful contour for women who want that cooler toned dimension, but kind of feels warm like a bronzer, but cool. Okay, so let me see how that looks close up really quickly. Okay. It looks good. It is a little heavier on this side. I really need to dermaplane, I'll tell you that right now. I really need to dermaplane my face. I did it right before the big Saint conference, and it's all growing back, and I don't like the look of makeup sticking to hair. That's a personal preference. I'm not telling you to shave your face. I just don't like makeup sticking to hair. I don't think my skin looks as glowy, and it doesn't look as good close up. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Bella, because I have warm hair. I can pull it off, and I'm gonna do my Bella. What I like about this brush, and I've tried many other brushes, many other brushes, but because this brush is so big, it really fans out that bronzer, so it almost looks airbrushed. It just almost does the blending for you. So that's why I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on the side, a little on the nose. Might do a little on, no, I'm not gonna do any on the eyes, I don't think. Look, this side's high and this side's low. It's okay, it doesn't matter. We'll go a little bit higher here and lower here to even it out. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, now you can do like the younger artists if you want to put everything on your face at once so you can see where it all is and then blend it all kind of in at one time. You can do that. It's really up to you. I don't prefer that method, although the one time I did that method, I was like, oh, does this look better? But you can tell that the bronzer is going in an area where we don't have a lot of texture, and so it's not like it's adding this whole second layer that's going to age us. Where we get aged with heavy makeup is around the eyes, around here, anywhere where we have pores, where we have movement, usually around the mouth and the eyes is where you have to really be careful with too much makeup. But when it's on the outer cheeks, upper forehead, you're gonna be okay if you layer it a bit, okay? So here we go. Now my neck is looking light, so I'm gonna take a little bit of bronzer down my neck, just a little bit. I'm gonna keep the sides light because that just makes just more natural when the center of your neck maybe has a little bit more. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. Remember, we're gonna do powder, so don't get afraid yet, okay? Okay. Now, before I go in with blush and color and under my eyes, well, actually, let's go under the eyes. We're gonna do some demi. By the way, so many of you have been emailing Saint about NR1 and how you want them to bring it back, and you're getting kind of just a standard response back. Keep emailing. They're listening. Trust me. Keep emailing. And they haven't said anything, but I have a feeling NR1 could come in a larger tin. I don't know if that's just wishful thinking. I heard that rumor a long time ago, and I like it. I like that rumor. I like that NR1 could come in a big tin, because I'll tell you what, I don't need much. So when I use NR1, I'll probably have a large tin of it for life. Another thing is, notice I'm using 03 only where the blue and purple is. Someone sent me a troubleshooting photo the other night, and she had 03 everywhere, and I could see her light areas were super peachy, and then it wasn't quite covering her dark areas, but we only put it, it's a color corrector. It's not covering your darkness, it's correcting the color in your darkness. So we're only putting the peach, we're only putting the 03 where we see the blue and purple. Now I have a couple veins here, so I'm going there, but I'm not going all the way under my eye with 03 because I don't have blue and purple all the way under my eye. See how I'm light right here? I don't want to put peach there because then I'll be peachy. It's to color correct, and I feel like people are still having a hard time wrapping their head around that. It's to color correct. And then if it's not color correcting, you need 07. And I have my private demi video for anyone who is my personal customer that I can send to you on how to use 07, because a lot of you need 07, but we don't know until you try 03 and then show me like, hey, it's not quite covering the blue purple. It's like, okay, well, you need 07. but we don't know till we try, okay? So I have that. I am going to do a little bit of NR1 under the eye, and I'm so sorry that I'm teasing all of you with that because it's no longer available, but I have enough NR1 to last me maybe 6 months to a year. And if they're not bringing it back ever, then I just won't be able to use it in a video anymore, because then what's the point? Why use a color that you can't get your hands on? But a lot of you still have NR1, and a lot of you are emailing and asking them to bring it back. Also, the redness, for me, the NR1 works better to me than the YO1. The YO1 is that peachy yellow, which is great for correcting redness, but the NR1 almost works better around my pink nose, okay? So I'm gonna look at everything close up. It looks good, it looks good. Okay, it looks good. I'm going to do a little setting spray. Oh, great setting spray, terrible nozzle. It's terrible. I don't know what the problem is. It's like they've never tried a mister nozzle in their life, and so they chose this nozzle that makes you super wet. We don't want wet skin. We just want to mist our setting spray on. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be my natural side. I don't have blush on yet, but I will in a minute. I'm gonna go back in because I'm gonna pretend this is heavier special occasion makeup. And I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more Candlelit and a little bit more Bella bronzer. And we're gonna see if heavier coverage with our Saint does indeed hold up better for special occasion. I've never done a side-by-side. I've never done a natural side. Or maybe I have. Have I done one? You guys know better than me. Have I done a natural side and a heavier side? I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Of course, I have a ton of... Yeah, I can see makeup in the hair of my face. All that vellus hair. I do not like that look. I do not. I personally think for special occasion, women need to go and get dermaplaned. I'm gonna do my nose heavy because it's hard to do half your nose. So I'm gonna do the whole thing. Creasing a little bit right here, and that's okay, just pat it out. Okay. So I'm a little bit, that looks good. That looks good on camera. I look more even. Looks good. Okay, and then we're gonna go with heavier bronzer on this side. And heavier blush, okay? So now I'm gonna take my bronzer right here. I like to use the back side. I always use the flat side for foundation, and I use the back side to blend contour, bronzer, blush. I'm gonna go heavier right there. This side still looks good too. You know, I'm really more of a natural girl. If I go crazy, it's with my eyes, but I don't go crazy with my complexion. I like it to be kind of light and natural. Okay. Let me see. All right. Can you tell a difference? In my close-up mirror, this side looks prettier because it looks more natural and I'm not seeing as much facial hair. But on camera, this side looks really nice, right? Does it make a difference to you? Okay, so here we go. We are gonna go in. I wanted to use the color Nude. Nude is just really natural, not a lot of color. And the reason I wanted to use Nude is because I wanted to keep my face a little bit more kind of monochromatic, especially because I have church tonight. I don't want to look all like I'm crazy trying too hard. Kind of going up to the hairline a little bit. I like a little bit in the apple. Okay. I'm going to pounce that out. Then for that, sometimes highlighter and blush, I'll use the top side of the... Looks really nice. Okay, but we're gonna go heavier, especially for those of you who say, hey, the Saint Blush just does not last on me. Well, maybe you need to put on a lot more. Okay, it's a different formula. And just because you only need a pinch of, I don't know, Lancome blush and it stays all day doesn't mean that you can only use a little bit of Saint. Sometimes you just have to be more heavy-handed with creams, especially if you have larger pores. Larger pores just tend to drink in products. They just do. There's not a lot we can do about that. That's just the nature of pores. They kind of drink in your makeup. That's why it's important to use that prep spray first. Kind of creates like a nice film. Okay, and I'm gonna do a little, I'm not contouring the nose today. I just don't, again, I'm gonna be with people and little kids and I don't wanna look like I'm all like carved out, you know? But we can put a little bit of bronzer and blush. I do like bronzer and blush on the eyes and the nose. Okay, this is a little bit softer. This is a little heavier. I feel like I want a little bit more now that it's on there. See how I'm pouncing it out? I don't rub it in because sometimes when you rub it right off again. I'm using, and I love our blush brush on the other side of the bronzer. I really love, this is one of my favorite brushes we make because it kind of does all the work for you. It's just kind of pouncing it in. Okay, so this side we're keeping this side heavier. To go under here to make sure. Yeah, we're gonna keep this side, you know, hopefully my pastor doesn't pick up on the fact that this is heavy blush and this isn't. And I'm just gonna stay with Nude. I thought about putting something different in the apple of the cheek, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna stay with Nude to keep this exercise simple for everyone, okay? I'm gonna do eyes in a minute, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take more of our setting spray and I'm going to, I am really holding it far away because this stuff is, it's way too wet. Okay, I have more bronzer up here. This side's lighter, this side's a little heavier. I have more blush, more bronzer. And I'm kind of taking the setting spray and locking it all in. So we've locked it in evenly, but you can see this side is a little heavier, a little more carved out. My skin looks maybe a little bit more porcelain, would you say? I would say so. And then once this is good and dry, we're gonna use the new powder because it's maybe my favorite powder I've ever used in my life. And I can't believe I'm saying that. because this has always been my favorite powder I've ever used in my life. But our new powder is so beautiful. And you know what I did? I bought 2 of them, and I bought this little quad, and I bought 2. And now, look at this. Because you know, my hair sticks to the side of my face and it drives me nuts. So I'm doing this on the side of my face, so my hair will stop sticking to me. Drives me crazy. And I'll do a different powder brush. Oops. And then I like our little wash brush. And I can just go through the middle. I like to set the makeup first because I want the setting spray to set that cream and create that film over it. And then I like the powder afterwards. And this powder, when I tell you it blurs, holy moly, does this powder blur. It is gorgeous. It is so much prettier than even Hourglass. I cannot believe this formula. I want to tell everyone about it, even people that don't wear Saint. This is just a beautiful powder. Look at that. See how I have like a beautiful candlelit glow, but I'm not dewy. I'm not, if you look close up in the mirror, I'm not sparkly. Like, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful powder. I got to use it when we were at conference, and I loved it instantly. You could put a little bit under the eyes. You know, I've never done any under the eyes. Should we try it? I might regret this. I just put it here where I get creasing. I don't really get creasing anywhere else. So my under eye has a beautiful sheen from the Demi and the 3D highlight foundation, but I did the powder right here. And once it warms up, it'll look even more like skin, okay? So there we go. I know it's not a huge difference, but to me, this is a huge difference. This is how I would wear my makeup on the daily. And then this is a little bit heavier for evening. Now I'm gonna really, really quickly run in and do some quick eyes, just so we can see kind of a cohesive look. And then we'll check back tonight for how it holds up. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit of chai. I know chai is not really exciting for a lot of you because it's been around forever. But again, I am just gonna be with kids all night tonight, so I don't wanna look like I'm trying too hard. And I'm meeting with a pastor one-on-one for the first time, and I don't wanna look like I'm trying too hard. So a little bit of chai. My Lashify lashes, I think, really give my eyes a nice look. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna do a little chai under the eye. I like my lower eyelid to have some smudgy depth. And also, when we were a little bit, not everyone can do this. You have to try and see. Some of you might feel like it makes your under eye too heavy, but when we shadow that under eye, if we have any creases between our lower eyelid and our under eye, the shadow blends that crease, so you don't notice it. You don't see creasing because the shadow goes over the crease, if you even have a crease. Everyone's eyes are different, but I really like chai. Now you could do the same look if you were cooler. You could do this same look with Pup. Yeah, probably Pup. I think Pup's a nice cool cool tone, okay? And then let me take a little bit. I still have a little powder on this side of the brush. I'm doing some of the feather powder on my brow just to give it a beautiful candlelit glow on my brow bone. But I'm super happy with this amount of makeup, but I am going to use the new Spell, our new shade of the month, because once it's gone, it's gone. I'm going to use this little guy, this little brush here. I think this is our eyeshadow brush. I don't know. It's the one with the little bullet on one side. And I'm just going to smudge a little bit. Oh yeah, I like that. It gives me some depth, but it doesn't look like I'm trying too hard because I'm not wearing eyeliner today. I think the lashes give me the depth I need. I don't feel like I need an eyeliner, but I am going to wear this Spell on my upper eyelid just to give me a little depth. Yeah, and I'm not going to take that under the eyes because I want my under eyes just to have the chai. I like this. I like this Spell. It's really pretty. It's kind of a soft reddish brown, but it's not as red as pomegranate. It's really pretty. It's almost like it matches my hair color. Again, I've said before, I don't think everyone needs Spell, but if you do need a beautiful reddish brown and you want it to actually look brown and not like burgundy or wine or pomegranate's very red, this definitely looks brown, but with some red tone to it. It reminds me of Swiss Chocolate by MAC. If you ever wore Swiss Chocolate in the 90s, that's what it reminds me of. So see how I just did it smudgy? I'm not even going to do anything on the eyelids because my eyelids, I just want them to look kind of natural. Okay, I think this is good. I might do the tiniest bit of a light shimmer on my inner eye. You know, I always do a light shimmer. I'm just going to take a little Sabrina and just go on that inner eye to give me that bright pop of shimmer. Kind of make sure I look more awake. Just right there, that little bit of shimmer. Let's see. I feel like this is good. Das is good. Das is good. By the way, have we talked about how Saint's coming to the UK? We're coming to the UK, so if you have been waiting to order it, I think it's going to be available to people in the UK starting in November. We don't have an exact date. And if you also want to be an affiliate, you can actually sell it, which is so exciting. And if you sign up to be an affiliate under me, I have years of training in my Facebook group. So you can get into my Facebook group and get free training on how to color match and all the things. Again, we're not an MLM. I'm not making money off of your sales. You're not building a team. I'm not building a team, but we are allowed to have affiliates under us. And I will put you in our Facebook group so that you can learn how to sell. And that goes for anyone in America too, or Canada, but I'm just letting you know the UK. Okay, we need something on the lips, don't we? Yes, we do, Michelle. We need something on these lips. You know what? We'll use nude. I'm going to use that Mob Beauty 1990. And then I like a little bit of the darker color. the top. And a little at the bottom. I don't remember how nude looks on me. Let's see how nude looks. Not bad. It's a pretty nude lip. That's pretty. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I love it. I think we all know what it needs though, right? It needs my Diamonds Are Forever. I'll be right back. All right, I gave myself a haircut today and I'm really liking it. I put some like layers on the side and I did a better curtain bang and yeah, I feel like that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna use my Diamonds Are Forever. There's not a day that goes by that I don't use this lip balm. I love it. I'm addicted to this lip balm. I love it. I don't wear it for moisturizing my lips. Like when I go to bed at night, I'll wear a lip mask or, you know, little squeezy tubes of lip balm. I'll use that. But I use this as makeup. And you can change it up with all the different lip liners, or you can just put it over lipstick. So now this doesn't look so flat. There has like some pretty sheen and dimension to it. Okay, hopefully my pastor doesn't know this side's heavier. So come back tomorrow night for part 2 and I will show you how this held up. And I can't wait to see myself. I really can't, because I don't think I've ever done this before where I checked it 8-9 hours later to see which side looked better. But I can tell you, if my face was shaved, if I had dermaplaned to the side of my face, this looks really nice on camera. And that's what you want for special occasion. If you know you're going to be in video or photograph, or you're in dim lighting and you just want to look really beautiful and polished, this side looks more polished than this side. But this is my jam right here. This is my everyday. Okay, I will see you back tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Let me know in comments if you actually notice a difference. Let us know in comments if you have tried any of our new sprays. The prep spray it sprays pretty nicely, but this setting spray still it's ridiculous. I'm gonna go email them right now. It is ridiculous. Okay, also Thursday mornings, I send out my newsletter. So if you have ever shopped through me with Saint, or if you have purchased my Masterclass, or if you have signed up on my website, you will receive my newsletter. I don't sell your email to third parties. It's completely on my website, and your email's safe with me. I only send newsletters on Thursday mornings. I will not bombard you with extra emails. It's just a newsletter Thursday mornings, just to stay in touch, give you some free tools, help you with some tips and techniques, share with you products that I think are really beautiful on mature skin that are tried and true. And my newsletter is just really a way to communicate with my audience who maybe doesn't want to be on social media every day. Heck, I don't want to be on social media every day. Because of these hurricanes, I'm really pivoting in how I show up, and I'm pivoting in the future of my brand, Mature Makeup Masterclass. So I'll talk all more about that this coming Saturday. I'm going to do a whole video Saturday on editing our beauty life and consumerism. So check back Saturday for that, and check back tomorrow night for part 2 of which side held up better. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. God loves you, so do I. See you next time.